For over 6 centuries, one empire ruled the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa. A powerhouse of military might, cultural innovation, and political drama. This is the story of its epic rise, its magnificent golden age, and its dramatic fall. This is the entire history of the Ottoman Empire. Our story begins around 1299 in Anatolia, a land of turmoil. The once mighty Seljuk Empire was crumbling, leaving a power vacuum. Into this void stepped a charismatic tribal leader named Osman I. His small state, or Beylik, was built on the Ghazi ethos, warriors fighting for faith and glory. Driven by this spirit, Osman and his successors began a relentless campaign of expansion. By the 14th century, Osman's son, Orhan, captured the city of Bursa, making it the first Ottoman capital. Soon after, his successor Murad I crossed into Europe, seizing Edirne and making a strategic foothold in the Balkans. To secure their power, they created the Janissaries, an elite infantry force of slave soldiers, loyal only to the Sultan. This new centralized state was becoming an undeniable force. But disaster struck in 1402, at the Battle of Ankara. The feared conqueror Timur crushed the Ottoman army and captured the Sultan. The empire plunged into a decade of civil war as the Sultan and his sons fought for the throne. It was Mehmed I who emerged victorious, painstakingly reuniting the shattered realm and earning the title of the empire's second founder. With the empire restored, a new ambition burned bright: the conquest of Constantinople, the legendary capital of the Byzantine Empire. In 1453, Sultan Mehmed II, later known as the Conqueror, laid siege to the city. Using massive cannons that could shatter its ancient walls, Mehmed's forces achieved the impossible. Constantinople fell, was renamed Istanbul, and became the heart of a new global empire, marking a turning point in world history. The 16th century was the Ottoman Golden Age, defined by the reign of Suleiman the Magnificent. Under his command, the empire reached its zenith, stretching from the gates of Vienna to the shores of the Persian Gulf and across North Africa. The feared Admiral Barbarossa controlled the Mediterranean while on land. Suleiman's legal reforms earned him the name the Lawgiver. This era also saw an explosion of culture, the genius architect Mimar Sinan designing breathtaking mosques and palaces that still inspire awe today. Life inside this vast empire was a complex tapestry. The Sultan wielded absolute power from the Topkapi Palace, where the intricate politics of the harem often shaped the fate of nations. Through the Devshirme system, Christian boys were recruited, converted, and trained to become the empire's top soldiers and administrators. Yet, the Ottomans also practiced a form of religious tolerance through the millet system, allowing religious communities to govern their own affairs. But the empire was surrounded by rivals. To the east, they fought bitter wars against the Safavid Empire of Persia for control of the Middle East. To the west, they clashed with the Habsburgs of Europe, leading to the legendary sieges of Vienna in 1529 and again in 1683. While the first siege showcased Ottoman power, the second marked a critical defeat. By the 17th century, the cracks began to show. Military technology stagnated, corruption weakened the government, and the once loyal Janissaries resisted any attempts at reform. The empire's momentum shifted from relentless expansion to a desperate defense. In response, a period of sweeping modernization known as the Tanzimat reforms began in the 19th century, aiming to overhaul the military, bureaucracy, and legal systems. But it was too little, too late. Labeled the sick man of Europe, the empire began to crumble. Nationalist movements, fueled by European powers, saw territories in the Balkans break away one by one. Economically, the empire became heavily indebted to the West. When World War I erupted, the Ottomans sided with Germany, a fateful decision that led to their final defeat. Following the war, a revolutionary leader named Mustafa Kemal Ataturk rose from the ashes. He led the Turkish War of Independence, abolished the 600-year-old Sultanate in 1922, and founded the modern secular Republic of Turkey. The Ottoman Empire rose from a small frontier state to one of history's greatest empires, and its legacy in art, cuisine, politics, and culture still shapes our world today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through history, be sure to like and subscribe for more.